Awake to my voice.
Hi, I'm Adam, an artist with 20 years experience in the field. Welcome to posing in Zbrush using the transpose tool, the fourth tutorial of a 12-part series on the creation of the furnace by the lovely concept by Pauline Vob. Alright, so to begin, I'm using the transpose tool. I'm masking an area of the skin and then rotating using the transpose. I've got the geometry set in subdivision 1, so it's the lowest subdivision level. And I'm slowly, I changed the field of view there. So it actually, and I set a view to be matching, so I can click on it anytime in the document. It's at the very bottom of the document, it has views that you can set up. So I set it up to match how the poses of the original concept that you can see in the bottom right. So what I'm doing is I'm slowly moving the base, the main of the Centaur first. I'm starting from the very top, the largest amount, moving it slowly and then refining. So here I'm moving it very slowly in different areas, so I can keep the muscle a little bit when I'm moving. I'll have to re-sculpt it anyway. But what I'm doing is I'm slowly moving the mask around a little bit, so it's not only in one area, so I can develop that look of a muscle turning a little bit. I notice I do it a little bit less on the rib because the ribs don't really turn; they're quite rigid, basically. Okay, next we're on to the legs. As you can see on the concept. The legs kind of go outward a little bit, so I'm just working on that here. But how I grab isn't from the bottom of the leg, as I did with the torso. I'm grabbing it from where I think the skeleton is, basically. So where it's got the top, where it's got the joint, I'm only moving it from that position, basically. I'm masking it, you see, in a manner that I would believe would be round about how the skin would deform when I rotate that bone, basically. So I'm imagining the bones roughly where they would be and only moving it around that area, basically. Okay. Trying to keep the fluidity and the dynamism of that pose there, basically. Almost like a dancer or something like that. When you see people doing live art, I've done a lot of live art over the years, drawing. I think it's really important to keep that fluidity of flow, as you see in the very concept. So that's what I'm trying to work on, a lot slower in this 3D model. Okay, as you see here, only rotating where I suspect the bone to be. There's an issue here that you see where it's got the arm, how it's bent. It doesn't look natural. So I've adjusted it very slightly there a bit, but I will work on it with sculpting later on to make it look a lot more natural than what it is right there, basically. Just small tweaks right now. I'll get to it more later on. Here, as you see, posing the head to look similar to the pose in the concept, and the arms as well. So it has that look where it's almost holding its head slightly, basically. It's something I quite took a while to try and get right when I was actually sculpting it, to try and get the pose to look near identical as best I could to the original concept, which was quite difficult, I have to say, trying to match it up, but with the hands and the head, but it came out okay. As you see here, it's not 100%, but at this stage, blocking it in, the larger movements and the smaller movements, and the refine. So here I'm just tweaking a little bit because I felt I pulled the back out a little bit more with the rotation, basically. As you can see how I've moved it, you can see very finally with the back tail there, I rotate it, which pulls in the tail a bit, so I pull it back out again to try and keep that definition, which is what I'm trying to work on all the way through. When I'm rotating, I'm still trying to keep the forms together, basically. Okay. And that is near the end of the posing. So that's a basic block out of the pose, just about finished. Okay.